So today we are going to talk about bullshit reptilian conspiracy theories. And the reason why those theories are bullshit is really simple. Those theories are bullshit because they completely mislead the public about the nature of the issue, as well as those theories slander extremely legitimate and powerful spirits and present them as scapegoats for literally everything bad humanity has done ever. So, to be honest with you, if you believe in conspiracy bullshit with reptilians, please watch some other channel and don't waste your precious time watching this channel, because if you want your bullshit belief in conspiracy theories about reptilians to be proven, you won't find this on this channel. Bullshit conspiracy theories about reptilians are simply wrong. And the reason why they are wrong is because we are all reptilians. Let me explain. Reptilian DNA is within everybody of us. And that reptilian DNA is responsible for primal aspects of our nature. And the only difference between somebody who doesn't practice magic on the darker side of things and somebody who does is that when you practice darker forms of magic, your reptilian aspect of the DNA activates and you become able to manipulate your reality more easily. Now, reptilian aspect of our DNA, of our soul, of our spirit, and of our mind and body can be used for creation and destruction. That knowledge, that DNA, that power can be used to harm and it can be used to heal. It can be used to create something magnificent and it can also be used to destroy on large scale. So, the reason why all those bullshit conspiracy theories are wrong is because first, they externalize human potential and they represent our reptilian aspects as some external beings we should be afraid of. So this is disempowering. They also in ways scapegoat which objectively doesn't exist. And they also negate the really real aspect of the human nature, which is urge for destruction and self-indulgence. The base premise of reptilian conspiracy theories goes like this. Rulers of the world engage in really cruel and sadistic behaviors. I don't know any human who is capable of those behaviors, and it means that those people who rule the world and engage in those cruel behaviors aren't humans, aka they are reptilians. Some reptilian aliens. This premise is 100% wrong. Everybody has urge for destruction. Everybody has urge for self-indulgence. If you give enormous amount of wealth to majority of people, they will behave literally in the same manner modern rulers of the world behave. They will rape, they will pillage, they will murder, they will expose and exhibit sadistic behavior. And the reason why they do so is because they can do it. Give power to the majority of the human race, and they will behave in the same manner our rulers behave. Why it is the case? Because if you have an enormous amount of power, you can do whatever you want. You do not need to cooperate. And when you do not need to cooperate with anybody and you have an enormous amount of power, then you pretty quickly lose touch about how other people feel and how other people think. And the reason why I am telling this is because we all, as spiritual practitioners, need to be aware of our own sadistic desires. We need to be aware of our own urge for destruction and of our own urge to harm, destroy, and obliterate. And we also need to be aware that that old primordial draconian reptilian potential, call it whatever you want, within us can also be used for creative purposes as well. And there is really no reason why would somebody who practices spirituality seriously believe in those bullshit conspiracy theories, because they are 100% wrong. And majority of times when you actually work with those darker forces, call them demons, call them demons, call them jinn, and call whatever aspect of dark spirits you wanna call, you will become aware of your own destructive potential. And you will be under enormous amount of mental stress. The key here is to not fall and collapse under the weight of stress and start exhibiting ridiculous destructive behavior, because you will inevitably destroy yourself. When you start doing so, it will destroy you. Now, in regard to reptilian conspiracy theories, the reason why they are bad, extremely bad, is because they always present a picture of reality which is really similar to Christianity. And let me explain how. So, there is one big thing in case of reptilian conspiracy theories. It's reptilians. And that big thing, reptilians, control everything. And because they control everything, we can do nothing to stop them in fucking the world. And because we cannot do nothing to stop them in fucking up the world, this world needs to be an illusion. As because this world needs to be an illusion, then we need to leave this world and go into some better world where everything will be fine and beautiful and good. And compare right now this conspiracy theory mentality with Christianity. Okay, in Christianity, this world is a shithole ruled by a shitty spirit called Satan, and we need to purify ourselves from sin and escape that shitty spirit Satan in order to live in kingdom of heaven, where if you are a Muslim you will fuck virgins, if you are a Christian you will masturbate to Christ and see Virgin Mary and be chilling in this heaven where everything is good, fine, etc, etc. So you see that it's literally the same narrative. The only difference is terminology. Here you have reptilians, in Christianity you have Satan. Here you have escaping the illusion. In Christianity you have kingdom of heaven. In this conspiracy theory you have world is matrix. In Christianity you have this world is shithole ruled by the devil. It's essentially the same ideology with different terms. And if you support reptilian conspiracy theories and you claim you are against Christianity, I need to tell you you are wrong. Because it's literally the same ideology with different terms. And if somebody claims to be in a left-hand path and believe in reptilian conspiracies in a way they are presented, he is just a closet Christian. He just adapted Christianity to his modern worldview and environment, because to him it's much more comfortable to believe in evil reptilians who come from another planet and enslave us than to believe in Almighty Jesus who will save us from fuckery. And the only reason he is more willing to believe in fucking bullshit aliens than in fucking bullshit Jesus is cultural. Because we are more accustomed to believe in aliens than to believe in some kind of spirits due to the cultural programming, because some people just watch too much Star Wars and shit. And reptilian conspiracy theories are bullshit in the same way Christianity is. The other aspect of reptilian conspiracy theories is that they slander legitimate spiritual agents beneficial for human evolution. So they slander literally every spiritual system out here. They say that Sumerian gods are reptilians, Watchers are reptilians, Christian demons are reptilians, Jinn are reptilians. Every fucking god in every fucking culture is a fucking reptilian somehow, despite of the fact that they do not understand symbolism of the serpent and the dragon in any fucking way. And the main problem with those conspiracy theories is that they generate enormous amount of fear. And as you already know, when people are afraid of something, they are really easy to manipulate. Which, on another hand, empowers the real system of control, which is the government, which actually exists. Okay? We all can agree that governments and central banks exist. And the reason we live in a fuck-up world is not because there are bullshit reptilians, okay, who came millions years ago. The reason we live in this world, which is imperfect, is because we agreed to live within this imperfect system. We agreed to pay taxes to corrupt government. We agreed to fund the corrupted church. We agreed to practice the forms of spirituality which is disempowering to us. We agreed to not take care about what we eat, what we watch, and how we spend our time. We agreed to live lives as governments say. We agreed to all of that. And the only way we can live in a better world is to stop agreeing to that bullshit and start living the actual beneficial, constructive, and spiritually empowering life. This is the only solution. And since this video is becoming too long, I will just tell you that on my channel I have 2 playlists with really powerful gnosis and rituals. One is more for beginners, and that's Jinn playlist, and another is Mother Lilith playlist. So if you want to know how to empower yourself, check out those playlists. I have a bunch of information on there. So let's now talk about how we can and how we should liberate ourselves from the oppression by society, which is designed to keep us in line. My personal advice is to practice spirituality. But first, when you start practicing spirituality, your first concern should be to get your fucking mind in order. Because if you don't get your mind in fucking order, you cannot manifest anything. You need to practice. And through practice, you will gain understanding about how spiritual realm works. This is something you cannot learn from books. Believe me, I read a bunch of books, watched hundreds and hundreds of hours of YouTube videos. And I believe and stand behind this, that 1 hour of practice replaces 100 hours of watching YouTube videos and reading books. You need to figure out how spiritual realm works on yourself. Through trial and error. There is truly no other method. And after you figure it out, manipulate energy and manifest what you want. Now, first and foremost, what is my advice for people who are starting on the left-hand path? not necessarily a left-hand path, since it doesn't exist, but on a darker path. First, you need to deprogram yourself from destructive ideologies, such as a spiritual Christianity, through performing rites of liberation. And after you did so, start working with those darker forces until you build power. And after you build enough power, reconnect to your ancestral gods. Reconnect to your ancestral current, and then true power will come to you. You will understand who are you, who are your ancestors, and what is your place in the world. But before you do anything of that, first practice rites, spells, and exercises to get your mind in order. So this is enough for today.